Okay, I think I'm live. Yes. I did not think that was going to work. I think this is my first time going live, and I thought it would be way more simple than I thought. Um, but it wasn't that bad. I'm glad I didn't have to verify anything. If let me know that they can hear me, see me, everything's good, that would be awesome. But today in the live, first of all, I know I'm a little late. My apologies. I did not think this was going to work. I was about to be like, fine, I guess I'll just do it tomorrow. But first, let me just post on Instagram that we're live. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so excited for this live because I'm going to be getting ready. And while I'm getting ready, we're just going to chat, hang out. Because there's like some things that I've been noticing that I do want to chat about. Yay! Hi, Allie. I'm glad that you guys can see me and everything. So I'm going to post this on Instagram. Then we'll talk all the things that I want to talk about. It's very spur of moment. But I'm really excited. One second. Okay. How's everyone doing on this Sunday? I hope everyone's doing well. It's like 9:45 where I'm at in Vegas. Okay. Okay, fun. Alrighty, let's do this thing. So I'm really expecting this to be like 30 minutes. I don't really know. We'll just vibe with it. But so much has been going on with like YouTube and just life in general. So I'll just start like from the beginning. So first things first, I'm in a new school, right? You've probably seen that it is my actual manifested dream school. So I know that I've been shifting and changing my content to like manifesting and like goal setting and all that fun stuff. And the reason for that is because I'm just so obsessed with it. So I'm using this. It's Yoon Beauty. It's a everything's like washed off a bit, but it's a vitamin C serum. And Yoon is a doctor on YouTube, and he like is a plastic surgeon doctor, and he reacts to like plastic surgery stuff. It's quite interesting. It's like educational and entertainment. Some of it's a little too extreme for me, but other stuff is good. Um, so anyways, I have been deciding to make the shift, right? I have been deciding to make high vibe teaching an actual business that I plan to support me and my family. So I've just been really addressing the call of doing coaching and mentoring other teachers slash other people who feel like there's something more in their lives, like like there's something missing that they want to tap in and explore. So I'll use myself for example. So for example, yes, I have my dream manifested teaching job, right? I 100,000 freaking percent manifested this job without a doubt in my mind, obviously, right? Now I'm using this. It's a SPF for my face, but I 100% manifested my job, 100%. Down to the detail of going to the Ron Clark Academy. I'm going to the Ron Clark Academy in December 9th. It's in Atlanta, getting sent there by my school. And it is going to be a very fun experience. It's like something that I dreamt about going to 4 years ago when I started my YouTube channel. So I'm excited for that, but I'm not going to lie that yes, there is an itch within me that is pushing me to explore more, to go outside more, to really hit my own full potential. And I'm kind of learning that it may not be teaching in the classroom. So if you're listening to that, I haven't said that to anyone except for right now. Ooh, when will the mentoring start? So I am opening a like group mentoring coaching monthly membership. I'll talk about that in a second, but it is open now, but it's closing on Thursday because it's like how I envisioned this membership to be was I launch it. So what that means is I put full attention into getting the information out, setting up the entire membership. I use a Kajabi, it's what it's called, and setting all of that up, getting all the meetings done, like doing all the technical stuff. I do it and then I launch it for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks is over, then I don't launch it until like 6 months from now because I want to welcome the members who are coming in and like helping them. Because with it's called the High Vibe Lounge, and with the High Vibe Lounge, we're going to be meeting 2 times a month to goal set, actually manifest our goals into reality. We meet 2 times a month as a group. You have a high vibe community with you as well to help you, because I have learned that if you don't have a strong community, like it's 20 million times harder to achieve your goals. And I am here to tell you, like, you can achieve anything your heart desires. I am proof of that. Down to the $100 that I found yesterday on the freaking floor. Like, I consider myself to be very good at like manifesting my goals into reality. So I want to help you all do that as well. So in the monthly membership, we're going to be meeting, and I like to meet with the cycle of the moon. And the moon is a lot of fun to like goal set around. Like ancient civilizations have goal set with the moon for so long. And it's like sometimes I feel like in current times we forget our like roots of past humans that have been doing this kind of like routine and ritual for thousands of years, that I'm like, dude, it makes so much sense. So we'll be meeting at the new moon time. And with new moons, that is a time to plant our seeds and plant our goals into, fruition, to grow and thrive. And then during the full moon time, we'll have a meeting for the full moon, and I'll be teaching you how to release, because that is the most important part. I don't know if you guys are really into like a lot of like the manifesting stuff on YouTube, or maybe even manifesting stuff on TikTok and all that stuff, but like I'm telling you right now, what first intrigued me with manifesting was like knowing that you could have anything that you desired. And another thing that really intrigued me with it was seeing these people say, like, these successful business owners. And a really big limiting belief I used to have literally 2.5 years ago was having the limiting belief that I can't, manifest a business, and I can't have what I truly desire and want to experience in life. And then it even goes deeper to like, are the things that I desire, is that ego driven? Like, am I on the right path? Like all these questions that pop up on your journey. I want to help you move through it. Yes, I will get you the link right now. And with the this round, which is really special because it's like the first opening of it. So before it was the High Vibe Book Club. And then I'm like, okay, I want to go deeper. Like, this is great resource, right? But I want to go a little deeper. So now we turned it into a group mentoring kind of gig. Let me get you the link. And then also what's really cool in the High Vibe Lounge is I have a whole bunch of like master classes that I've made for one-on-one clients that I'm like, this is like perfect. So for example, right now it's the full moon. With the full moon, it's all about releasing. So for me, guess what? I'm not like doing. I'm not going with my goals and like taking that action step towards my goals per se. I know, because now it's a full moon in the cycle, that now I need to release all the limiting crap holding me back. And for example, right now, I've just been very aware of all the limiting beliefs that are popping up in my life, right? What's one, for example? Me and my husband, we're making some really big shifts. Like, I told my husband that I want to stay home. I want to be a stay-at-home working mom. That's what I want to be. So I literally decided that 2 weeks ago. And that's part of the shifts that I've been experiencing myself. And like I know the collective has as well. Like my best friend has also mentioned that she's completely changing her job as well. There's the link. So yes, it's right there. Let me know if you have any questions. So with the full moon, I'm like, okay, I'm living my life and I'm feeling these limiting beliefs bubble up into my awareness. And then I have the power. This is the thing. And this is what I need you to understand is that you have the ultimate power to do anything that you want in your life. Point blank. You are so powerful that we are conditioned to think that we are limited or there's things going against us, like really in that victim mentality. But when you turn it and shift it and transmute it, you are extremely powerful. So, for example, I'm putting on this foundation. I'm actually going to go buy a new foundation today, I think. But for example, with the limiting beliefs, I have the power to say, nope, I don't subscribe to that belief. Because this is the thing. There are infinite number of beliefs that you can believe in. Infinite. And it's like, if you're going to believe in like, oh, you're not smart enough to start a business, or you have no business experience, or, you know, you went to college for teaching, you can't quit teaching. If you subscribe to any of that, you have the power to unsubscribe to it. And it's quite easy, especially when your personal power is on full blast. And I love helping you with your personal power. Like that is what I want to do in these 2 times a month live calls every single month for 2 months. I love to pull cards as well if you need a little bit more like guidance and perspective on what to release and what to let go, because the cards help a lot. Just because you pull the card and you're like, oh, I never thought of that, but I could totally tap into that being something that's hindering me. So that's what we're going to do 2 times a month. And then you have access to the High Vibe Vault, is what I call it, with master classes. So I have like a master class on how to define, decide, and declare exactly what it is that you want in your life. Like exactly what it is. And I'm actually going to be doing that whole ritual tomorrow night, I think. I took tomorrow off of teaching, by the way. Very excited. So I'm going to be doing that because our first meeting is on Thursday evening. So I'm going to be doing that and helping you guys set your goals and what you really want to create in your life. Because I'm telling you, one of my biggest pet peeves in life is like seeing people or like hearing people or just being that person that knows that they have so much more to offer to the world, but it's just they don't know how to get there. And I'm telling you, the best way to figure out the how is to have a mentor, to have a group, like to have people helping you. So this is, I used this brow, what is this, Skinny Brow from Benefit. It's so interesting that the packaging's washing off of everything. But yeah, so I'm going to set my face too. I don't have any concealer because I have to go to Ulta to get some today. But yeah, so my husband and I have been talking about the shifts that we are going to be making for our family. And one of them is I want to stay home. I want to stay home, work on the business, and I want to raise my kids at home. Because honestly, like something that I'm realizing is like, I don't think I can be the best mom and the best mentor if I'm teaching full time. You know what I mean? And it's just, it literally that hit me so hard. It's so crazy because I'm learning that there is this one thing in our lives that we have to get through at some point. And that one thing in my life is, I think, and my belief is moving on from being the traditional classroom teacher, because I've been teaching 5 years and I have not been my happiest self at all. It's like I try, but I feel like it's not for me. And it's like, it's not necessarily the school, but it's more like it's the responsibility. It's all the energy. You know what I was thinking about the other night? or the other day. I'm like, okay, so I take care of 24 kids, right? I have 24 kids in my class. Used to have 35, but that dropped, thank God. But I have 34 kids. I'm so sorry, 24 kids. And each kid has two parents. Some kids have additional parents, right? Because they're step parents and all that. Well, guess what? Hi, John. And guess what? I have realized that it's not fair to my family or me to spread myself so thin. Like, you have to understand, like, when you're teaching, you hold these energetic cords and these energetic ties to all of your students and all of their families. And I'm to the point right now where I'm like, okay, if I can take care of like 78 different people technically with the parents and the kids, all of that, then I could do a hell of a good job mentoring other people and helping them. So, yeah, it's like, it's one of those things that, like, once I admitted that yeah, I'm looking towards moving out, I felt so much better. And like, I myself have coaches and coaching, like I do one-on-one coach. I have a one-on-one coach. And in one of the groups she's done, one of the she says, like, there's one thing that is so fucking hard that you have to move through. And what it is like up to you to figure out and to move through, but it's like that hardest thing that you are so blind to. And for me, that is thinking that I am limited to being a classroom teacher in the traditional sense of education, right? Like, I can be a teacher helping you achieve your goals, right? Or I can be a teacher helping kids with their financial literacy. Like, that's something too that I'm really passionate about. And another thing, I have dove so much deeper into human design. And I know, like, I haven't talked about it a lot on my YouTube channel, but I talk I talk about it a lot on my podcast. And with my podcast, like, I freaking love my podcast. I can go so much deeper on all these topics that I'm interested in, like manifesting, because just so you know, you manifest 24/7. Like, everything in your life is manifested, and we have the power to turn those manifestations into like things that are in support of our highest dreams instead of limiting us. Like, for example, I said, like, I could never be a business owner. I would love to be a business owner. Just like having that creative outlet and like all blah blah blah. Like, I literally thought that wasn't a possibility for me. And now it is. And then I used to think, crap, I have to teach because here's another little, what is it, pop in. Oh, hi, John. So I'm literally just rambling. I'm just rambling on what my future plans are and like these mini shifts that have been happening for the past 3 weeks. Like, John, I've realized that I'm more than likely like moving out of the classroom. Um, it just feels right for me and my family. And one of the biggest shifts was, okay, thanks, John. So my husband hasn't been working for 2 years. Okay. And I swear to gosh, this is, again, like, he's married to me, so he hears me. I coach him too, like, in a loving way, right? When he opens it up to me. Thank you, John. Yes, seriously, I feel it. So my husband hasn't been working for 2 years. Before we moved to Vegas last minute, he was working construction, but that construction job was like, I don't know if you guys have ever lived with someone with construction, but they go on and off with their jobs. And it was like pretty ridiculous. And it's like, what the heck? There was no work for months. So then we randomly moved to Vegas, right? Because I got a teaching job and it was that behavior position. And that was freaking wild. So it's like, I've been teaching for 5 years, but every single year it has been something different. I've never had a traditional year of like 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 the ease of teaching and like being supported. Like, it's never happened to me. My first year, I'm sorry, that was terrible. So terrible the first year. And then my second year was COVID. And then it was online teaching my third year. Fourth year was behavior and special ed. And I was literally getting like bit, spat on, like nails dug into my skin. It was crazy. And then this year I'm at my dream school, right? It's everything I've ever wanted. And this is like the point of your manifestation of like with manifesting and setting goals, they're always going to change. You're always going to evolve. You're always going to hit this new point of like, okay, now I want to experience this. And now I'm to that point where, yes, I'm at this dream school and it is the best school ever. And I will forever like be grateful for it. And I will forever recommend it and talk about it. And like the staff, everything down to everything is perfect. But now I'm like, okay, I hit that goal and now I'm ready for my next goal. Because when I think big picture, right? And this is what I want you to always strive for. Always strive for big picture. You can do whatever your heart desires. It's why it's a desire within you. Mine is staying home, raising my kids and coaching from the computer and creating programs and creating workshops and creating like these outlets for you to build on your own potential and reach your highest dreams and goals. That's what's lighting me up right now. That's actually what I love about teaching with the kids, but it's like everything else with teaching, I'm like, I can't do it. I don't like being forced to like teach all this hardcore math when the kids aren't understanding it sometimes. And it's like you have to rush through it. It's not fun. So I'm just being honest and going back to my husband. He hasn't worked in 2 years. And even before that, he was working construction, but they weren't having a lot of work. And yeah, John, I know, seriously, it's like, it's just not fun. It's not fun for me. And like going back to human design, my human design is like a manifesting generator type vibe. So what that means is like I thrive off of doing all these like different things and just go, 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 go. So like, for example, I do the teaching, like I do lesson plans and then I do for teachers and I really love doing that. And then I have like this, right? I have my podcast where I do coaching and helping people with their dreams and desires. So that's what works for me in my like Manny Jen kind of world. But that is what I want to lean more towards. I want to help people like live in alignment the way that I'm living in alignment. So, anyways, my husband hasn't had a job in 2 years. How many times am I going to freaking say that? My husband hasn't had a job in 2 years. I've been supporting him fully on my teaching income, but I have. And I told him like, Jake, I want to switch it up. So he's looking for a career right now. And I'll share what the career will be once he's in. We have a very strong idea that this career path he's going to choose is like what is for his highest good because he's been having dreams about it. And that's another thing, you guys. Like, I love talking about dreams, and dreams hold a lot of meaning. And it's just really important for us to pay attention to our dreams. And that's why the High Vibe membership is like there for you to pop on 2 times a month with me in a group. We talk about our limitations, we talk about the goals we want to achieve. And then I'm like, okay, what kind of dreams have you been having? Like, your dreams tell you so much information. They are like the pathway to your subconscious mind. I've been having So I used to have a lot of dreams of like getting shot and killed. This is like such a random live stream, but it's not the point. I'm just talking randomly. But I used to have a lot of dreams of being shot and killed my whole life. My whole life. It's always been that dream and it would just scare the shit out of me. But once I started like once I stopped being afraid of that dream and like transmuted that fear into like excitement in a way, or like just learning type of vibe with that dream, and I did some clearing and I healed a lot of stuff, like I haven't had that dream since. And like shooting stuff doesn't bother me anymore. So that's just a really good example of like listening to your dreams and like moving from that place. And most of the times the dreams aren't literal. It's all about the feeling, but I love talking about dreams. Yeah. Yep. I know, John. My fifth graders are technically second graders. And that's the thing, too. Okay. The other thing is, it's like, oh my God, it's like, you guys, I honestly don't know if I can handle it sometimes. It's like all this pressure of, oh, kids at grade level, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, well, where is the support of the kids that got like no teaching for a whole year? Because I will speak for myself. When I was teaching online for that year, I had kids that never showed up to class for an entire year of 5th grade, right? And nothing happened to them. They graduated to 6th grade. So after that happened, I was like, this makes no sense. Like, it just makes no sense. So, and then, we have kids now, and then they're probably like really low in areas. And it's like, okay, well, why do I have to stress myself out to try to catch them up? Like, it's so insane. It's such an insane job, but I did love it. And there were times where I was like, could I do this forever? But I knew I was so unhappy, and I was like really kind of like acting out, and I was being like a fucking stress case for so long, for 5 years of my life teaching, that once I was honest, like, okay, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like, I don't think this is for my highest good, because part of my highest good is being like emotionally available to my family and friends. And actually what I've been thinking about doing is maybe potentially trying middle school. Maybe. But that's like a maybe. And another thing is, I have to go back to college because I'm in Nevada, and I have to take like a class to get my something with my license. And I'm just like, why? Why do I have to do that? Why? I got my teaching credential in California, okay? And for those of you who are not from California, it's a long AF process and lots of money spent, lots of tests to be taken, had to do induction for 2 years. Like, for real, I have to go back to school. Like, that's like a hard no. No, I don't think I'll ever return to California to teach. I don't think I'll ever go back to teaching. I don't think. But in the traditional sense, no. I don't, but I don't know. Because another thing is, like, I don't know what the future holds. I've always thought about wanting to do middle school, and like that could totally be an outlet. But at the same time, if I'm dreaming big, I won't need to go back, because I'll be able to help so many people in my like coaching outlets that I won't need to go back to the classroom, if that makes sense. Like starting a coaching business, really. I mean, I already started it, but allowing it to really thrive. I've tried to do oh, thanks, John. I've tried to do instructional coaching. That was actually a job I applied for before moving to Vegas. I drove like 2 hours to like this little town. I think it was called Beaumont, California, if anyone like cares to know. But I drove 2 hours, interviewed. They told me they would let me know like on Friday, and then they prolonged it for like a week. That's another thing. Like, hold your promises that you tell your candidates. Like, who wants to work for someone that doesn't hold that expectation? You know what I mean? So, and in that interview, I was 100% straight up honest. Like, I have a YouTube channel. Like, I help other teachers. Like, I love helping people. I love helping other teachers. And another thing I was having like a roadblock with is, for some weird ass reason, teaching and YouTube and all of that weirdness like kind of hindered me. I mean, my first year teaching, I got like pretty much fired because of my YouTube channel. And ever since then, it's like, to me, since that experience of that first year of getting fired for having a YouTube channel my first year of teaching, like, in the way it was conducted, like it wasn't done respectfully. It's like they didn't even care about me as a person. It was very weird. But that was definitely in my path, right? My higher path. Like, everything is always working for you, not against you. So that definitely was working for me, to where it was like I swear to gosh, every single year, it's like teaching has been wanting to push me out into the wild, like push me, push me, push me. And it's like, dude. Right. And another thing is like, who I really want to help long term is like that woman that wants to tap in to her ultimate power of being like this beautiful, exuberant woman, of like unleashing her innermost best self and like really allowing her feminine energy to flow without being like scared to or feeling like she can't. Or that's truly like what I see myself serving, who I see myself serving long term. And I know for a fact, if I'm a teacher, like advertising like feminine energy, like sexual energy, like sensual, like beautiful, like yummy energy, I'm sure it's going to be a problem, right? It's like a lot of things that I want to do with my life and business and what I want to talk about is like not in the traditional like teaching kind of world. And it's like I I can't hold myself back. You know what I mean? Like it's not fair to anyone to hold yourself back, to hold myself back. Like that's the thing. And that's why I'm so passionate. Whatever you want to do, whatever you have the desire to do, it is there for you for a reason. And it's for your highest good of not only you, but everyone around you. Because you are here for a reason. And it's to shine your highest light, your brightest light. And if you're not doing it, you will literally feel miserable like me. But I'm not feeling that way anymore because I'm being honest with myself and what I want and desire. So let me look at the chats. Yeah, Beaumont, Ukaiba. Yeah, I drove 2 hours for there and it was like interesting. I thought I was going to get it. But the thing is with teaching too and like instructional coaching, I swear to gosh, like there's all these weird limitations around it. Like just because I've only been teaching 5 years does not mean like I can't be an instructional coach. You know what I mean? But traditionally for that position, they want someone that has more teaching experience. But it's like, dude, like why not diversify it up and have like a someone that's only been it for 5 years but is really passionate about helping teachers instead of like prolonging everything. Do you know what I mean? It's just like. And then another thing is I've always wanted to help new teachers like with student teaching. I've always wanted to do student teaching or like help teachers student teach, like have a student teacher. But I'm like, just because I've been teaching only 5 years, I can't. But in that 5 years, how much have I learned? So fucking much. Like I said, like I've never had a normal freaking year of teaching ever. This has been my only year and it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I love the kids so much, but it's like I'm ready for the next adventure a little bit. And you're the first to hear it from me. And it's October, right? Yeah. I mean, you'll get to hear way more about it, especially if you join the membership, because in the membership, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Like, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm feeling, how I feel. And I'm going to let, things channel through me because that's like my role. That's what I want to do to serve. Aw, thanks, John. Did you ever receive an email that I sent weeks ago? Maybe. I think so, but I'll double check. Because sometimes with the Gmail, I've noticed that it puts important emails into the spam for some reason. Even when I buy courses and like coaching, like master classes myself, they get put into the spam, and I have to dig for them. It's very weird. Yeah, John, that's what I experienced with that interview. Like, and it was funny because after that interview, that was like end of July and school started in August, right? And on that way home, I kept seeing like my numbers, and I'm very in tune with like I'm a very, what is it, intuitive person. Everyone's intuitive, believe it or not, but we like shut it off because we think it's weird or like we're afraid of what people think of us and like all that dumb stuff. And I'm here to help you like unleash your intuition again. Because all are born with intuition. Like if you think back to when we were kids and we had imaginations and we had fun all the time, like you can still live in that life present day as an adult. That's how I live my life. And I want to help you do that too. Okay, I'm going to put some blush on and then I'm pretty much done. 35-minute live stream of like some random talk, but I mean, whatever, right? It was fun. But yeah, the High Vibe membership is only open until Thursday. So if you feel the call to like dive in and I'll teach you how to make goals, I'll teach you how to live in alignment. You also get a one-on-one call with me where I can dive into your human design chart. And it's a one-on-one. I can tell you exactly like to the point of what you like, how you can live to ultimately like shift yourself into flow. So for example, for me as a manifesting generator, mine was accepting that, yes, I like to multitask and move through a lot of stuff and just accepting it because, you know, society's going to tell you how to live a certain way, right? Like my mom has always been like, you do like, you change your mind all the time or like you go too fast or blah, blah, blah. But that's me. Like that's my design. And since I've honored it, look where I am now. And I want to help you do that too. Yay, John, you're feeling so much better. It's been bittersweet. Yeah, 30th year. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry you're dealing with loss. And you know what? If I can help you with loss, I'm going to help you. So, something I've learned. So, long story short, I have a one-on-one coach, okay? And I've been working with this one-on-one coach for 6 months. I love it. I think everyone should invest into a one-on-one coach. And my one-on-one coach, she actually suffered loss with her child, like being pregnant. And she created such a beautiful like podcast message about like death and loss and like all of grief and all of that. So I'll link it for you. I mean, yes, it's about like her unborn child, but I think it would be helpful for you. I'll link it right now. She explains it beautifully. She's a really great like explainer, but and I can even like reiterate like what she said, but it's just like basically, and when you really dive really deep into the universal laws of the universe, like we never, nothing ever leaves us. Like we always have everything that we desire in some form around us. So even if that's death, like there's still a part of them here because like we live in a multi-dimensional like universe. So I mean, and honestly, like I view death very differently than most people, I would say maybe. Like even like I call her my healer, but she's my coach. But she mentions that like she noticed so many people like saying I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry for your loss and stuff, but she's like that's just not, there's nothing to be like sorry about, kind of. Okay, I think I'm going on a tangent. Let me put you on this here. If you want to listen to it, you maybe John, you might like it. I think it's a great episode. That's for you. You should start at a charter school and teach students how they should be taught, not punishing assessments and content. Yeah, I feel you. And something that I want to do is like collab with a large business entity to do that. Because I'm like, okay, I'm one person, right? But if I can collaborate with a large business entity and do like some type of summit or public speaking or like working in their organization with them, I personally feel like I can boost that change so much faster. And that's what I want to do. Like, I feel like I'm moving so slow in the public education space by just doing it by myself in my classroom. Oh, your good friend passed away. Oh, I'm sorry, John. Yeah, John, I would love some cursive handwriting sheets because for state testing, I want to do cursive writing. Like, how fun. So fun. Sorry to hear that, John. But I would just recommend like listening to that podcast and like being open to the possibility of, you know, they're always there with you. Like they're always there with you. Always. And just being opening up to it. Okay, so thank you so much for being on this live stream. I do just want to say one more time, The High Vibe membership is opening until Thursday. And if you liked this and you want like an in-depth look at how you can manifest your dreams and your goals into reality, I can help you. We can do it together. In the membership, I have a masterclass on, you know what? Let me pull it because I'm going to do it tomorrow night myself to realign. 1 second. Please hold. So this is like a perfect example of what is inside the High Vibe membership. So this is your define, decide, and declare workbook. And inside this workbook, the whole goal is for you to go through this workbook and really be honest with yourself. What is it that you want? So many times people just limit themselves into this little box. And it's like, no, you are meant to shine so bright. And it's like, you are meant to do so much good on this earth. And I believe that you are here for a reason. Like, you are a light worker. I think a lot of teachers are light workers. And what I mean by that is like, a lot of teachers are here to serve and spread their light. But if they're not living in alignment, they're just burning themselves out. And like, I want to help with that problem. So with this workbook, like, I teach you exactly how to be honest with what you want to do. So there's different categories for each part of your life. Like, it's so good. And then this is what we're going to use to help you goal set and manifest like what you want out of your life, especially when we meet 2 times a month. And then also there's an exclusive group and there is additional master classes. So one of the biggest parts about manifesting and living life in alignment is healing. And I teach you how to heal. I have a whole workbook, a master class to help you heal. I'm going to help you live in there too. And what else is in there? Oh, limiting beliefs. I teach you how to crush limiting beliefs with my limiting belief blaster. My last clients loved it. You get a one-on-one call with me where I'm going to tap into you and like see your human design chart, first of all. Second of all, I can really pinpoint exactly what we need to do to help you get on that path. Like, that's my intuitive gift, truly, is helping you do that. But yeah. Also, oh my gosh, in the membership as well is my universal laws of the 12 universal laws of the universe. So my good friend Taylor, he's in the membership too. He teaches, he actually just left teaching. He left teaching this year. You know him. Chronicles of Teacher Tay. Yes. He's in the membership and he like has been in the membership since I've launched the book club. And he got a taste of the whole delicious like master classes. And he's like, holy shit, this is so good. And he loved the universal law of the master class, or the master class of the universal laws. I love that too. That master class alone will shift you completely. Will 100% shift you, because those universal laws is how I live my life now. Like, and again, we go so much deeper in the monthly calls with that, and you can bring your questions to it too. But he loves it. Did he really also leave the classroom? Wow. See, that's inspiring to me. Oh, I love that question, Allie, because Tay is opening his podcast tomorrow. He's launching his podcast, and he was like, hey, do you want to collab? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to collab. And also, something else like that's really like pushing me out of the classroom as well is I want to like bring more guests onto my podcast. Like, I want to make my podcast so much bigger than it is. And it's like working a full-time teaching job is like really limiting me. So again, me and my husband are like collaborating as a family. I told him I want to stay home. So he's working his stuff to figure out what job he wants to fulfill. Wow. Yeah. His podcast comes out tomorrow, and we will 100% be doing a collaboration. And it's funny because we've helped each other so much through our journey of wanting to leave the classroom. I mean, Taylor left it. And it's like that feeling of, you know what it is that you need to like bust free from in order to feel this unlimited abundance and wealth. Like it's unreal. And I think everyone has that one thing to get them clear on their path. And mine for me is taking my business full time, coaching business full time. Wow. Yep. 2 videos on his teacher talks on Sundays. He decided he is able to help more teachers. Yes, I agree. That is where I'm at as well. And it's not bad. Like, I want to help teachers who are in love with teaching in the classroom. That's who I want to help because I'm not in love with teaching in the classroom. And like me forcing myself to be in love with teaching in the classroom, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't help anyone at all. It doesn't even help me or the kids. You know what I mean? Because I'm never going to be completely channeled, right? I'm going to be like, my energy is going to be all separated outward like this. But once you make that decision that's in your highest alignment, it goes whoop, straight down the middle. And you are powerful AF when you're in that position. And I do want to just say too, like, who knows? Maybe I will stay in the classroom. I don't know. I never want to like pinpoint this one end result to anything, especially when I am not 100% sure. So who knows if I'll leave the classroom forever, right? Or who knows if I even am. I'm going to the Ron Clark Academy this winter. Like maybe that will make me fall in love with teaching again. Same with I'm going to like get your teach on in January. Maybe that will lighten me up, right? Maybe that will re-spark something. Yeah, I'm going to watch that video by CJ. And you know what? I met him in person and he gave me such great advice. Like, he is a really awesome mentor himself. So I can totally understand how he feels like shifting out. And another thing, like, I could just do a whole live stream on this topic, and maybe I will, is like that guilt that teachers might have for wanting to leave, like thinking like, we are 100% the one sole responsibility to help these kids, right? To help these kids, like to help. But it's like, if we keep pouring everything out and we are not getting anything back, there's no point in doing that, like at all. It doesn't help anyone. I know we go at it with a strong heart and a good soul, but like, if we're not receiving back, like it doesn't help. And one of the things my own coach like said to me straight up, like when we first started working together, she was like, so how come you don't trust that other teachers are going to do a great job with the kids? And I'm like, mic drop. Freaking mic drop. It's true. Like, I trust you. You're going to do a great job with the kids. I trust my coworkers. You know what I mean? Yeah, fuel to teach. Yeah, tank when the tank is empty. And I am 100%, John, you've been in this for 30 years. I know like teaching probably 30 years ago has been so different than what it is now. Like when I was in school, which was in like 2001, was when I was in first grade, right? Like 2008, I was in 8th grade. I would say like when I was like in kindergarten and first grade and second grade, those were probably like really great years to be a teacher. Maybe even before that. But it's like technology moves so fast and like societies move so fast. And like for some reason, the school district moves so slow, or like even education, like with at the state level, just moves so slow. And it's like, I can't stay in such a slow moving thing. Aw. Aw, yay. I'll read this out loud. Well, Brie, I do want to say thank you for sharing your teaching experiences, because it is in a way an escape and a reflection on my past when I was an autistic sped school student. Yay, I'm so glad. And like this is just a perfect example of like um a perfect example of me just being myself and like what that impact ripples outward, right? So imagine you being your true self in the truest sense of the deepest, truest expression of yourself. Like, can you imagine what ripple effects will happen in your life? like who you impact and how you impact them. Like, it's so interesting that you can walk down the street and just be lit the fuck up, right? You don't have to say a word, but you are just in alignment. You love your life. You love yourself. You're in love. Like, your heart is completely open, and you just see someone and you just give them a smile. Like, that is truly transmuting, like, energy. And that's what light workers are. I think I'm going to do a live about light workers and teachers. That's what I think I'm going to do. I wanted to do a podcast on it. Maybe I'll do both. I don't really know, but all right, it's been 50 minutes. I'm going to log off very soon. More is expected from teachers, but still there's not enough support. Yeah, we need smaller class size everywhere. Folks need to take a good look at the standards and fix them. Yes, absolutely. And again, another thing that blows my mind is like, yes, we like adopted Common Core, right? Like probably 90% of states adopted Common Core. Okay, well, you're going to change the entire standards, but you're not going to change the like masculine structure of school. And what I mean by masculine is like that structure of school. Like, you show up at this time, you leave at this time, like 20 minutes for math, like blah, blah, blah. No, it doesn't make sense. And I cannot vibe with that. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like you're literally like forcing people to like not make sense. Like the standards are so complex, right? The standards are completely complex, and the state or whatever is in charge is not going to shift school to match the standards. It's like we're going to keep the same structure for the past 100 years, but here, new standards that are so much more complex. But you only have a certain amount of months to hit these standards. Oh, and we test like Q3. We don't even wait till Q4 to test. It makes no freaking sense. And it's like, dude, I'm writing my dissertation, and combination classes in California, and teachers were literally crying. Oh my god, my sister-in-law, my brother's girlfriend, she is in a combo class this year, and I'm like, you guys are so fucking assholes. Like, you guys are assholes. It gets me mad. Like, it doesn't help the kid, it doesn't help the teacher. Assholes. Like, hire another freaking teacher, or like do something. And this is another thing, like with the school that I'm at, my admin and my principal, like, he is such a good representation and model of like, yes, here are like the rules, right, that have been in place, but we can still shift and change them to still fit the rules, if that makes sense, right? Like, not being so like brainwashed in a way, like, I have to follow the rules to a T. No, the rules are there, yes, but like, you can shift and change and move things around, right? And that's another thing with elementary school I don't really love, is like, I don't love having to cram 5 subjects into my teaching day. Like, what the fuck? Why? See, it's like that old school stuff. Like, that's old. I would love to see elementary schools broken up into different subject classes. I think that would be more helpful. One teacher just focuses on math. Divvy up the kids based on level, teach them at their level. The next hour goes by. Okay, it's social studies time. Let's just focus on social studies for the hour. And then the teacher gets to just focus on that subject moving through. It's a lot less planning. And that's another thing. I don't really like planning for elementary school. It's too much. 4 to 5 combo class during oh my gosh, I was online, never gave me time to decompress. Yeah, that's like, I just want to flip off. Gets me so mad. F you. Why are you making me do this? But the thing is, like, we have choice, right? We don't have to. A principal is supposed to be a master teacher, not yeah, seriously. Like, I really love my principal this year. Like, I love him. He's great. Like, I mean, he literally is a principal with a bunch of women. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I give you all the props. He's like the only man in the school. He does such a good job. Yes. And that's another thing too. Here's another thing. I'm going to go into the full hour. We're at 54 minutes. Another thing too is like, something else that I don't love is grading. I think standard based is way more effective than like the A, B, C, D, E, F And it's like, or A, B, C, D, F. And then I have a lot of parents like stressed out because of that grading scale. And it's like, dude, if we just erase that, again, that's the old paradigm. Like that's the old way of teaching. It's old, it's outdated. Let's like move on from it and let's grow. I just feel like education like doesn't grow at a rapid rate to match society. And it's like, how can I stay into this? It's like, wow. But that's another thing. Like, and I really dislike thinking that I need to like kind of fit these kids into a box as well. And I have a very strong like feeling like the kids coming in like that are being born, like those kids' souls are so different than ours, especially like the souls that have been here. Like they're literally here to transmute and change, right? Like we can see it. We can see it. Like there's kids in my class that I'm just like, you are so smart, but your grade doesn't dictate it because grades are limiting. They're so limiting. Also, teachers need more parental support because speaking from when I almost died in the hospital as a newborn, had my parents not gotten involved, I would have stopped learning growing up. Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's a hard job. And it's like, it comes to a point in your life where you're just like, okay, am I going to like stay like in this job or am I going to stay in this position? And here's another good example. Like my best friend, like she's not a teacher. She is not a teacher, but she works for the city of Los Angeles. And I mean, again, it's so crazy. And when I said the other day on my Instagram stories, I was like, there's so many people shifting and changing into what they truly want in life and like shifting and changing to what their highest good truly is. And yeah, it looks scary on the outside, right? But on the inside, there's no other way you could go about it. So like my best friend, she works for the city of Los Angeles Police Department. Like, but she came to the conclusion like this is not working for my life. Like she has to take the train for 2.5 hours to get to LA because she lives in Riverside. And like it's not working for her life. And same with me, like teaching isn't necessarily working for my life right now. And I know like when I share this information, like with my parents, probably because they're visiting in 2 weeks. And like when I share this information with like family members and friends and like, even with the internet, if I do decide to completely leave, which we'll see, right? Um, it's like on the outside, people probably are like, but you make so much good money teaching, and it's a nice gig, and it's structured nice, and it's very like, what is it, the word? Like comfortable, I guess, or like, you know what I'm trying to say? But it's like, but internally it's not for me. Like on the outside, yes, but then that goes back into like shadow work, right? And that's another thing that's in the High Vibe membership is I teach you how to heal your shadow and I teach you how to heal your inner child. And like this is the conclusion that I came up with. My conclusion is like, yes, I've been a teacher in the traditional elementary school classroom for 5 years, yeah, but I can also teach on like deep, deep, deep energetic stuff and like deep, deep, deep spiritual things and like how to heal your inner child and how to heal your shadow and how to transmute dense energy into beautiful energy and how to help people and how to like start this business that maybe you've been wanting to start that is going to shine so much light on the collective planet. Like, I feel it. I really want to help women like step into their power. That's what I really want to do. That you are ready to move on from teaching. Love your inspiration, keeping it real. Oh, thank you. I know. It's like ever since the beginning, like my first year of teaching, it was like the sign was just so blatantly clear. But it's like sometimes it takes a coach or it takes a support group or it takes someone to help support you and even tapping into that possibility, right? Like I never knew I could leave the classroom and do coaching full time until I surrounded myself with those types of people that are doing it. So that's what I want to gift back. Like that's what the membership's about. Yeah, teaching nowadays is about learning how to make boundaries and how to manage your energy. Yes. And that's what I want to teach on. That's what I want to help with. And I also do want to help teachers like with the interview process as well. That's something that I'm working towards in the March springtime is I want to help people have really good interviews, but not limit themselves. Like when I was doing the interview process 2 years ago, like when I was looking for a job in Southern California, I couldn't find crap. It was like really shitty because you can just totally fall into, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, da 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 da. But that's not how it has to be. Like your personal power is more potent than what anyone has to say. And everything's working for you. Okay. So thank you so much for being on this live. I'm gonna go live more often because I love that it's like a chit chat, it's vibey, it's like I'm talking on a podcast. I like doing my makeup. It took me no time at all. Like, wow. Also, I just lost my train of thought. But thank you so much for being here. The High Vibe membership is opening. So if you loved this and you feel the call to tap into your unlimited potential, like this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. Join the membership. It's closing on Thursday. Please save my yes, I 100% will. I wonder like how to make sure that I do. Do you know what I mean? I hope that it's going to save automatically. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. This is my first time live streaming. So let me go to this manage button. Oh gosh, man. I hope I'm able to. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Holy crud. Okay, thanks for staying on with me while I figure this out. Okay. Okay. I loved going live. It was so much freaking fun. I'm going to do it more often. It was a lot of fun. Like, it was great. Okay. Let me just add this. I hope this is going to be good. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of life coaching, but like that's what I'm passionate about is helping people like in life reach their full potential. And right now it's like I want to help teachers do that, you know. Okay, I'm just recording date the 16th. Okay? You guys, I hope this is going to work. I hope this is going to save. Aw, thank you, Allie. Aw, thank you, Allie. Yay, John, I know, right? I loved communicating with you too. Aw, thank you. You're a beautiful soul too, DJ. Thank you. Okay, listen, let's hope this freaking saves. And if you're watching the replay, like, hope this saves. Okay. Okay, I'm going to end it. Cross your fingers, please, that it's going to save. Okay? Please. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. I'll see you in the membership or on my next live or on my podcast or on Instagram. Either one of those. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.